Hi there, welcome to Big Brothers of Rhode Island. You know, my dad started this agency back in 1952, 62 years ago, and it's been going strong ever since. And you're about to embark on really one of the best experiences in life that you're ever going to have. You're going to have the chance to empower a young boy's future, to change it for the better. And the best part of all this, not only will you change his life, but you're going to have lots of fun. Now, what you're about to watch will be suggestions, stories, do's and don'ts. You'll be able to get all your questions about what it's like to be a big brother answered. Our social workers are going to follow me here, and they're going to explain all the ramifications of what you're about to embark on. And the whole idea of all this is to kind of get you off to a good start and not to have any problems that perhaps have occurred in the past, because new big brothers were not made aware sometimes of all the various issues. Can't cover everything, but I guarantee you we're going to cover most of it. So sit back, relax. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you really for taking the time to help a young boy. It's a great agency with a wonderful track record, and what you're going to be doing is you're going to change the numbers. These at-risk kids are more likely, given the fact that they have no male role model in their life, they're more likely to do drugs, they're more likely to drop out of school, they're more likely to get involved in juvenile delinquency, unfortunately. And your presence, historically, has made the biggest difference in their futures, and that's backed up by almost 100 years of data, that your little brothers now are going to lower those odds. And that's a great thing. It's all because of you. And you're going to have a lot of fun doing it too. So sit back, relax, take it all in, and I wish you the best in your new venture. Thanks.
My name is Melissa, and I've been with Big Brothers for a year and a half.
I'm Robin Zola. I've been with Big Brothers 7 years. It's a rewarding job. I'm so happy I'm here. I get so many great things out of matching big brothers and little brothers and seeing how the long-term effects of having somebody with you like that through thick and thin, what a wonderful outcome it brings that otherwise would, a child would be without a male role model.
A case manager manages the matches and offers support to the big brothers and the families and helps define activities and community involvement.
Caseworker is responsible, well, my job specifically is responsible for meeting the big brother, getting to know him a little bit, and I meet all the children, all the boys in our program. And what I try to do is match according to personality, things they like to do in common, and what I just feel in my heart would be a good match.
When big brothers come into the program, we offer a lot of training and support.
But I sit them down and I explain the program to them and what to expect. The big brother and I go and meet the little brother together and have a greet and meet and getting to know you, and then they're, send them off to have fun and do the great things that this program offers.
We provide a lot of support for new matches. Typically, we speak to new big brothers once a month and the parents of the children once a month.
That's a big question that big brothers often ask me, are they on their own once they've been matched? And that's totally not the case.
I would rather somebody call 12 times a week with just the craziest of questions or the most basic of questions, just to keep the contact and the communication open.
Because you get a feedback, maybe the little brother and the mom aren't sharing what they should be with the big brother, and we can be a liaison for that information to make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody is happy and satisfied with what's going on.
A lot of the times in between the relationship I can be a buffer, so that way big brothers may have an issue, maybe a behavior that came up. Sometimes it's a lot better for me to address the issues rather than a big brother addressing the issues to the mom.
If they're having trouble with the match, they can call us. We'll take care of it on our end and make sure they have all the good support they need to make it a successful match.
The relationship between the big brother and the caseworker can last as long as the relationship between the big brother and the little brother. I mean, we're not going anywhere. We're here. We want to be a part of the relationship for as long as the relationship lasts.
Important for them to stay in touch, big brothers and little brothers and moms, to stay in touch with the agency so we know what's going on at all times and we can stay on top of any problems that arise.
We get a lot of donations for Red Sox, Paw Sox, Bruins, P. Bruins.
Well, we call bearing tickets, we call bearing toys, we call bearing, sporting events. So yeah, sometimes it's a call to say we have, a few tickets to a Paw Sox game and, would you like to have them? And we have a program with the YMCA that the little brother, once he is matched, receives a free membership to the YMCA in Rhode Island. And the big brother is able to go with the little brother to the YMCA and participate in indoor activities or outdoor pool at no cost to anyone.
I think I would tell a new big brother coming into the program not to sweat the small stuff, not to overthink or worry about every little situation. Just being yourself, being honest about what you have to offer, what you do and do not like, what you can and cannot tolerate, what works for you, and to just really be open to the support that the agency offers. So I think that grasping onto the agency and what we have to offer is the most important thing for the match.
With my fifth little brother right now. My name is Bill Sandberg, North Providence, Rhode Island, and I've been in the Big Brother organization for over 30 years.
Hi, I'm Bill Anderson from West Warwick. I have 4 little brothers. Yolan is 9, Julio is 12, Nathan is 12, and Robbie is 17. I've been a big brother for 4 years now.
Robert Zorbidin, I'm from Providence. I've been a big brother for over 1 year. My little brothers, their names are Kevin, he's 12 years old, and Kyle, he's 8 years old.
Oh, I was very nervous. No matter how good you think you were as a parent or as a role model, whenever you get involved in a new relationship, there's always some angst that's caused by that. And what I found is that my little brothers were as anxious as I was, and once we got together, we hit it off immediately. It was great. It was like we'd been together forever.
When I first started being a big brother, I was a little excited about it, and I was looking forward to some good times.
Yes, I was nervous. I guess the little brother's worried about, is the big brother going to like him? And I was probably more concerned with a little brother like me. But again, even back then, I was trying to listen to him, what he needed, what he'd like to do. And we went beyond that as time went on, but it was a great, comfortable way for both of us to start.
Just ask, talk, communicate. I asked him a million questions.
Again, once you get to know your little brother and you talk to him and find out what his likes are and what his needs are, that kind of drives it. Well, I think that it's easier than I thought it would be. Again, the more you listen to your little brother, the easier it is, because you're not trying to get overly creative. You'll find out what you both like doing together. Hey, that worked, let's do that a little more often. And then some things don't work, but it was worth a try. So I think that it was easier than I first anticipated.
Not really that much different. It was kind of what I expected. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. It was a little challenging, but it's all exactly what I thought it was going to be for the most part.
Cliche, but you get so much more out of it than you put in. I mean, 3 of the 4 that have kind of graduated from me at this point, I'm still in touch with. 2 are college grads, and it's just great seeing what they've become.
I think when I got into this, I got into it because I had been in a serious car accident and was unable to work and do a lot of things, and I was bored and feeling sorry for myself. And I started taking a look at what was going on with some of the kids in this state that were in pretty rough shape as far as having a role model and having a future as we move forward. So I got involved with this to help the little brothers, and what I found was that it helped me as much as it helped the little brothers.
I felt better about myself. I felt better about what I was doing. And I really looked forward to getting together with these little guys.
Being a big brother has been rewarding. Just makes me appreciate life more, and seeing that giving back, you know, it feels good. They've inspired me in multiple ways. I started going to church because of them on Sundays. I go to their church with them.
Done a lot of sporting events as spectators and as participants with my little brothers, and right now it's probably the most fun I've had, and I've had fun with all of them. But my little brother recently graduated from the Buttonhole program and has become quite a little golfer. And I'd love to play golf, so that works out fine. And then reciprocally, he's, again, only 9½, but he's been picked to be on the travel team for soccer in the fall as their goalie. So he's teaching me soccer. So we're going through soccer drills and all of that. And I've never played soccer in my life, but I am now.
Well, we do a lot of stuff. The things we do where there's no cost is we'll go off, we'll play baseball, we'll head to the park. We've been to some Paw Sox games. I take them to a lot of high school basketball and football games. We go down to URI basketball and football games. We've been to the zoo. We've been to Red Sox games. We got season tickets for Six Flags. So we do a lot of really good stuff. Normally we're together, I normally get together with Robbie alone, and then I get together with the other three together as a group at least once or twice a week, and then I get together with each one of them singly every third week, so that every third week each one of them sees me alone, and they also see me once or twice a week as a group.
Activities me and my little brothers we go to playgrounds, sporting events. We've been fishing, football, cookouts, all the good things. He
and I started, he was kind of a roly-poly 10-year-old, and by the time he kind of grew out of the program at just about 16 years old, he was quite an athlete. So we played a lot of games. I introduced him to racquetball, and we were always trying to do different things. But at the same time, it's not just sports. I spent a lot of time with most of the boys on tutoring, find out what subject they need some help in, and I'm fortunate enough that I can usually tutor them in that subject. So try to keep some balance there, again, what they like to do versus what they need.
No, I really never have. The kids are fairly good and they're fairly well behaved, and when there are issues, I was a parent and I know how to deal with them. So there's never been anything that's been so critical that I needed to call the mom. But what I would do is if I had an issue with one of the boys during the day, when I dropped them off, I'd let the mom know about it so that she was aware.
Sometimes when I don't know how to handle a situation, I turn to Melissa. She's the social worker with the Big Brother program, and she helps me. She coaches me through some tough times and gives me some good advice. The most challenging situation with the little brothers are when they misbehave. How do you handle it? How do you discipline them? And seeing the fact that I have two of them, when one of them misbehaves, how do you discipline without punishing the other one? Seeing that I only have them 1 day a week. When one misbehaves, I just give them a warning, tell them I won't pick them up next time. And that's more or less what's been happening. When he misbehaves, I pick up the other one, and then the little one stays home.
If for some reason it doesn't start out as well as you had hoped, give it time, because it always works. All 5 of my little brothers are a joy. You just have to get to know one another. So don't be impatient. And again, hopefully you'll be surprised how quick it just works.
I think the one thing you want to do is, it's almost like when you start dating. You make sure that you're both doing what you like to do. And don't force a little brother who's not sports oriented to go to a game and think he's going to enjoy it as much as you. Find out about that little boy. See what his likes and dislikes are. And then tailor what you're doing with that. I mean, because you learn new things also. And I learned a lot of new things with these kids that I didn't know before. So any day you learn something is a good day.
Advice I would give to a new big brother, patience, probably one of the most important things that you need. Also, don't get too emotionally involved and stressed over it. For the most part, you're there just to have fun with the kids. You don't want to, you can't. You know, some of these kids have a lot of problems in life, and you're not going to be able to fix them with the time that you have them.